Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make an Excel spreadsheet for your assignment. This is an example of it. This is a loan schedule that shows a reducing balance loan of $200,000 over 20 years. Okay? And a loan schedule shows us the balance that we owe at the end of every compounding period, or in this case it's months. So 20 years by 12 months is 240 months. Okay. Now, we're not manually calculating this, the computer's going to do it for us, but we have to tell it how to do it. So I'm going to start with a blank spreadsheet and go from there. You're going to do the same thing. Feel free to pause, do something, and then play again to move on to the next thing. First off, let's space it down a bit. We don't need to start from A1, we can start from here. Okay, remember in Excel they reference each cell via the column first and then the row. So this cell is A2 and you can see that it says it up here. Okay, I'm going to click on A2 and drag across till I get to M. And then click on this button up here that says merge and center. That merges the cells together and it puts my cursor in the middle, so if I type here, okay, I can give it a nice title. I can go reducing balance loan of $200 over 20 years. Okay. Now, I'm going to put in a heading of months. And then I'm going to go over to this cell, B3, and put in balance. Okay, so there's our title headings. I'm just going to make the B column a little wider, and what you do is you put your cursor over until it comes to that, and then you just click and drag a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is just because if the column's too short, Excel will automatically round it, sometimes to whole dollars, which we don't want. We want to be able to see everything. Okay, so months. I need to go from 0, which will be our starting balance, 0 months, down to 240. I don't have to do that manually, the computer can do that for me. All I do is I press 0, enter to move to the next line, 1, enter, 2, enter, and that's enough for it to get a pattern going. So then you highlight those 3, and see the little box down in the corner? That little black box. Click, you see your cursor changes. Click on that, and then you can drag down. You can watch what it's doing. It's going 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to drag till that number gets to 240. There we go, that was easy. Okay, so that's all the way down to 20 years of months. Now, our balance is going to be $200,000 in this case. We can change the balance, but it's $200,000 here. Now, our balance is going to be $200,000. I'm not going to put a dollar sign in there. Okay, because Excel doesn't like working with other symbols that are apart from numbers when we're trying to do maths with them. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is to make that's our principal. Okay, so let's write down in the cell beside it, principal. And I'm going to highlight that cell yellow. So let's click on that one and then let's go up here to the bucket and make it yellow. Okay. What the yellow is going to mean is that I can change that number and then everything else will change to reflect the new balance that's in there. Okay, so now we've got our months, we've got our balance. Okay, let's start with working out what our maths is going to be. To do the next month's balance, I need to know a couple of things. I need to know what my interest is, and I need to know what my repayment is. Okay, so let's go over here 1, 2, 3, let's go to this. Okay. Now I need to know what my interest rate percentage per annum is. Okay, that's generally what we get given. I'm going to make that wider. We get given by the bank. Okay, they give us a per annum rate per year. And I'm going to make that cell underneath it yellow, because that's something that I can put in. I can add in an interest rate. Okay. Next up, I'm going to put in, and let's put in an interest rate just so that, okay, so let's say that it's 7%. Okay, there's a 7. We want it to be as a decimal. Okay, so decimal percentage. So let's tell Excel to divide whatever number this is by 100. Okay, so what we can do is we just go press the equal sign. So we're telling Excel, I want you to do some maths. That's what equals means. And I'm going to click on the cell that I want it to take the number from. Okay, see how it doesn't put the number 7 there, it puts G5. That means that we can change the number that's in G5, it will just take that number out. And I'm going to tell it to divide by 100. So the divide by key is the backslash, which is on your question mark. And we're going to divide by 100. There we go. Now, to use this in our monthly balance, I need to turn this into a monthly percentage, because at the moment it's a per annum percentage. So let's go monthly interest rate. Okay. And let's go, okay, we're going to take this, this is our per year, take that, and we're going to divide it by 12. You see what I did there? I just hit equals, clicked on the cell that I wanted it to use, and then divide by 12 for 12 months. Enter. Now this is our monthly interest rate that we're going to use for this formula of this cell over here. Now, have a look at this. If I go and change my interest rate to 6%, it changes everything else automatically. Okay, so that's why we're making this cell yellow, is because this is the cell we can edit, and then all of the other ones will change. Okay, let's put it back to 7%. The last thing that I need to put in is my repayment. Okay, so let's put in repayments per month. Okay, and this is just a number that we're going to put in. Okay, so we're going to make it yellow because we want to put it in, and I'm going to call it, let's say at the moment we're going to put in $3,000 per month. Okay. Okay, so we're ready to put a formula into this with this information. Okay, remember the compound interest formula was for calculating monthly is just your previous balance multiplied by 1 plus your monthly interest rate, and then you take away any repayments. So we're going to tell Excel to do that. Press equals. Okay, we're going to click on our previous cell, say take the value from the previous cell, and we're going to go times. Now that's your star key on computers, so hit Shift 8 to get to that. And we'll put a bracket in, and we'll go 1 plus, and we're going to tell it to use our monthly interest rate. But we do have to do something special with this, okay? Because if you've seen my other video on Excel, when we go and tell it to do the rest of these automatically, it's going to make B4, it's going to drag this blue box down each time, and the red box is going to come down in sync with it. We don't want the red box to move at all. We want it to always go to this cell. So we have to go to this in front of G, and we have to put in a $sign, and in front of 11 and put in a $sign. And what that tells Excel is, for this number, only go to this box. Don't advance it at all. Close the bracket, and then we're going to take away our repayments. So take away this repayment, and it's going to need to be the same as well. We're going to have to put our $sign in before G and $sign in before 14 to say only reference G14 for that number. And then we hit enter. Okay, that's our balance after 1 month. So it's taken this number, multiplied it by 1 plus this number, and then taken away $3,000. So let's go ahead and click on this, click on the black box in the corner, and drag it down over our 240 months. There we go. That is the loan schedule over 240 months, okay, which is 20 years. Now we can scroll down and we can see exactly which month we pay off the loan. So we scroll down, we can see that right here at month number 84 is when we make our last repayment, and that would take us into negative, so that repayment will be smaller. Okay. Now month 84 or 85 is 7 years into the loan. Okay. And then it's continued on over 20 years. Now we've continued it down to 20 years because we can mess around with this principal now. Okay, let's double click in principal. Let's change that out to, let's say it's a $400,000 loan. Enter. And then see all of the numbers change. Okay, so it's taking this number, and this number, and using them to calculate your monthly balance. So now let's have a look, scroll down, let's see what month it is where we end up paying off that. Oh, we don't. We pay $3,000 a month. After 20 years, we still haven't paid it off. We've still got $52,000 left on the loan. What happens if we increased that? Okay, see, we changed the repayment per month to $4,000 and it changes still. Now, I'm not going to go down and show you because that would be part of your assignment. We're not quite finished yet. Okay, a lot of what we want to do is figure out how much after each year of the loan. So that's why we left a bit of a blank spot here. We're going to add in another column, year, and balance. And we're going to, okay, work out what it is over each year. Now don't worry, this isn't very complicated at all. We're going to put 0, 1, okay, 2, like we did before. But this time it's in years, so we're going down to, let's take it down to 20 years. Okay. And then this, we're going to hit equals, and the balance at 0 years is just going to be at the 0 months. And then we press enter. So that's just saying take the number from here into there. Let's make that column just a little bit wider. Now, 1 year is 12 months, so we're going to go press equals, and we're going to go to the 12th month, and then press enter. We'll go to press equals, and then so 2 years is going to be 24 months, so we're going to go down to 24 months, and press enter. Okay. And so on and so forth, all the way down. Okay, so 3 years, press equals, is going to be 36. I'll be back in a tick. Oh look, I'm back. I've done all of that now. Okay, so almost there. See how it looks fairly similar now to what we had before? We're missing one big thing over at the corner, a graph. Really, really easy. Months, click on months over here, highlight, drag over to balance, and then we're going to drag all the way down to 240. So it's highlighted. Okay, scroll back up. I'm going to go insert, and then we're going to put it into the middle here, the graphs, and we're going to hit a scatter. So that's this one. Scatter plot, and we're going to use one that has lines. Ta-da! Okay, we can drag it over, grab the white space to drag it over. And let's give it a nice title. Okay, go away. Let's give it a reducing over 20 years. Okay, and we'll give it a plus. We'll click on the plus because we want to put some axis titles in. axis titles. This axis is going to be balance in dollars. And this axis is going to be months. Okay, and let's make that a little bit bigger. Nice. Now, can you see how it curves downwards? Okay, and we can see it's around the 150th month where it's going to be repaid off. Let's change our interest rate. Say interest rate goes down to 6%. Let's have a look at what happens. See how everything just changed? Our balance changed, our monthly balance changed, our monthly interest rate changed, and the graph has changed to reflect the lower interest rate. In this sheet, the yellow sections are where you touch, where you change numbers. Okay? We've told Excel to take what's in the yellow numbers and do some maths with them, so don't mess around with those other numbers, just the yellow ones. If you want to play around with bigger loans, change your principal. If you want to play around with interest rates, change your interest rate. If you want to increase or reduce your repayment, change your repayment. That is creating your Excel sheet for your assignment. I hope that helped.